Hey, today I'm doing a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta episode 8. Yeah, this is a doozy. So I'm pretty excited about doing this recap because for this one I actually took notes while I was watching the episode, and I feel like that's going to help me be a little bit more concise. So if you see me looking at the screen, I'm checking the notes, okay? So the episode starts off with a scene with Portia and her husband, whose name I don't care to remember. Um, I just refer to him as Flathead because like his head is like normal and then it comes out here and it's like flat in the front. It's weird. Anyway, so Portia and her husband Flathead are talking about Kenya, and you can probably tell I don't really care for Portia too much, and Miss 265 Days a Year felt it was appropriate to call Kenya stupid, and I think that's kind of funny. That's the pot calling the kettle black if I've ever heard it. And Kenya is crazy. Yes, we all know this. Kenya is crazy. But I don't know about you guys, but I would rather be crazy and kind of smart than incredibly stupid and with no positive attributes whatsoever. I mean, she really has nothing going for her except for the fact that she was born into this family and she married a football player. That's it. Okay, so we cut to Kenya's room, and Kenya's talking about Portia. So it's, back and forth, tit for tat. And Kenya is actually right. I mean, like I've just said, Kenya is crazy, but she's not dumb. And when Portia tries to attack Kenya for living off of her past accomplishments, like she's not relevant anymore, at least she did something. You haven't done anything, Portia, and you're not that much younger than her. Like, yeah, you're 10 years younger than her, whatever, but she did a lot more than you by the time she was your age, so you really have no right to tell Kenya that she hasn't done anything because you are the one who's living off of your grandfather's legacy and you're being provided for by your husband, okay? You've done nothing for yourself. I don't know of any talents or any interests that you have aside from laying on your back and getting a ring for it, as Kenya said. So I'm not a fan of Kenya, but I dislike Portia more than I dislike Kenya, and that's saying a lot. Okay, so then we cut to Candy and Todd's suite, and Nene comes in, and she and Candy are kind of having a heart-to-heart about um, their kind of feelings towards each other as friends. And Nene said that, they never had a reason to dislike each other, but they just never um, got, they never got like close the way that Nene got close with other people and the way Candy got close with, other people. So, they're kind of talking about that, and Candy felt that Nene was kind of dismissive of her and her accomplishments, and it's true. She does act like that. Whenever you see Nene in the confessionals, like talking about Candy's like whatever, like I understand if you don't want to talk about like sex toys or whatever, like that's not you don't like that kind of thing or whatever, but she just kind of act like nothing that Candy does really matters, like, and I think if you've watched Nene for all these seasons, you kind of do get the feeling that she does that, and I don't think that she necessarily even notices, but Nene is just a really shady type of person, she's shadier than a forest, so that girl, she's always throwing shade, and in the the confessional right after that, Nini's saying like, "Oh, they're both short and they both need love." It's like it's kind of like you're saying that their relationship is based on convenience and not an actual like for each other, and that's kind of not a nice thing to say. And I just had to crack up when Greg was doing the 40 and fabulous thing. Yeah. Anyway, so we go back to Portia and Cordell's room. Portia says that she wasn't trying to start an argument, and that is absolutely ridiculous and such a lie. She, honestly, her reality is different than everyone else's because anyone who watched that, if you watch it back, I know that a lot of people were kind of going against Kenya so they didn't really notice. Portia's the one who wanted to start an argument. Portia started saying about everything, like how the way that she started talking about Kenya, first of all, was disgusting. And I want to go over this again because I went over it in the last recap that I did. But she started saying, like, "Oh, wow, Kenya's actually being nice to me today," or something, in a way that was very condescending and very inappropriate as a way to speak to another adult human being. Like, it's like she was talking about a child or somebody who wasn't in the room. And it was just very rude and honestly disgusting. And if somebody spoke about me that way while sitting next to me, I would have been crazier than Kenya because you can't talk about people like that when they're sitting right next to you. It's just rude and disgusting. And she clearly wanted to get a rise out of Kenya. And then Kenya actually, in a moment of freaking grace from heaven above, said, was actually trying to diffuse it, okay? She tried to diffuse it twice before she got nasty, okay? So, Portia, you are such a liar when you say you weren't trying to start an argument. I don't know if you know this or not, but you definitely were, and I saw it, and I'm sorry, but you're just a liar, and I can't believe that nobody else has seen it yet. Anyway, so we go back to Kenya's room, and here's more of crazy Kenya pretending that Walter's trying to propose to her again. Okay, and the confessionals, like, she keeps talking about it. It's like, bitch, you already know what happens. You already know that that's not going to happen, and I haven't even seen this episode, and I already know that's not going to happen, okay? So please, like, why are you acting like it's going to happen? We all know it's not going to, but I think it just proves that she's kind of an actor, and she came on this show as an actor, and she wants to, you know, have these fake storylines and whatever, and I really don't like that. And, she's she's saying how Walter is very secure with himself, and he's not worried about her like flirting with other men. It's like, yeah, he's very secure because he really doesn't give a shit about you, okay? And everybody can see that. It's really not that hard to see. So anyway, Kenya wants to have a little powwow with the girls before they all go out, and she's she says that she's not used to losing her cool, and that was hilarious to me. I literally started laughing out loud when I heard her say that, because she loses her cool in like every other episode. Okay, so Portia, being the dumbass that she is, tries to interrupt while Kenya's apologizing, again being argumentative and clearly trying to start shit with her. Like, honestly, give this... If she's trying to give you a bone, you know this girl's a crazy fucking lunatic. Let her say her piece, and then you can communicate like adults. Don't interrupt her while she's trying to apologize. Even if it's not really apologizing, in her way, she is trying to, okay? So just let her do it, and then you can have your rapport with her and say whatever you need to say, but let her talk first. But no, Portia's just dumb, and she doesn't understand. And anyway... So she's trying to say that, you know, it wasn't a real apology. First of all, I don't even think that Kenya should need to apologize. Portia wanted to start that fight, okay? And I just had to laugh when Nini was like, they stupid. Anyway, one of my favorite GIFs now on realitytvgifs.com. So they go on the patio on the shore of like the ocean, which was beautiful and amazing. I would love to eat at a place like that, although the water kept splashing up on them, and that's not cool. But anyway... and Cordell, for some reason, Flathead, starts asking them about their freaking drama. Why would you do that? Why do you need to start it back up again? I feel like he and, like, Portia's, like, told him, like, hey, when we go to dinner, like, ask about it because blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to start it up again. Like, and it's just ridiculous. Like, luckily, they didn't all get into it in front of the men, which was good because... at least because the men were there, they didn't all get into it, and that was nice. So, anyway... Kenya gave Cynthia that Vanessa Williams book, and I mean, I've previewed that book on iBooks. I wouldn't buy it because I think that the books on iBooks are pretty, like, too expensive, and but I like it, and I feel like it's a pretty cool book. So it's a nice gift, even though she meant it in probably the shadiest way possible. But I think what she was actually trying to do is to develop kind of a comedic rapport with Cynthia where they could be friendly with each other, even though they've had, you know, sometimes we do that with people because, you know, I'm just tired of fighting with you and I would rather just be able to laugh about it and put it behind us. And I think that it was a nice gesture on her part, even though it could be interpreted a different way. And Cynthia is just like reading her for filth every freaking time that she gets a chance. So, and I'm loving it because last year Cynthia was so damn boring, and I'm so glad that this year she's really stepped it up and become like she has more of a personality. Like last year she was a piece of cardboard. She had nothing, but like freaking Whitney Houston. But anyway, she's good now. So. Now they're walking on the beach, Cynthia and Kenya, and I just don't want to know why you bring up all this old shit. Cynthia, come on, like, boo-boo, we all agree with you. We all know Kenya is a psycho, boo. We all know, okay? There's no need to talk to her about it again and again because she's just never going to admit to all this foolery that she has committed, okay? She will never see it the right way. There's no point in going over it over and over and over and over again. Kenya says that she was trying to help the Coochie Crack girl, and that is just amazing. And we all saw how she spoke to her, and it was disgusting the way that she treated that poor girl. And then Cynthia, I mean, we all know Cynthia's right, okay? End of story, all right? And if Kenya was really trying to help that girl, you notice how in her story she said that somebody pulled her aside and said it to her politely? That's what she should have done. She should have been like, oh, I could see her coochie crack. Like, that was not appropriate and totally wrong in every sense of the word. And the way she said, like, oh, well, in my space, I'll act like how I want or whatever. Cynthia was right when she said, no, well, you were in my space, so you have to act how I want you to act because it was for my fucking agency. Like, anyway. So then Kenya starts rolling around on the frickin' sand and trying to make a joke out of it, which she succeeded eventually, okay? So hopefully they can, mend their fences and whatever. And, I am really loving Cynthia's look in the confessionals with the purple eyeshadow and everything. It looks surprisingly very good. And the clips of Nene on the horse. What she said about the horse. Okay, just stop, girl. Okay. Anyway, so now they're all on the chairs, relaxing and getting a little tan. And Nene, Nene's doing some Zen aerobics instruction, and Kenya and Candy start getting all ghetto and doing the splits and stuff. Kenya's doing the booty shake and stuff that she's so good at, apparently. Anyway, so then we're going to the dinner. Phaedra and Apollo are talking about wanting to have another baby, and that is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. You don't need to be bothering with that. I really don't see them lasting a long time. I'm sorry, and I don't think that they should be having another baby. No. Especially, like, now we've got all these rumors of them getting divorced. And I'm not saying the rumors are true, but they come from someplace, so I really don't think that they should have another baby. I'm just saying. And I don't honestly think that Phaedra would be able to have another baby. I don't know. Maybe I'm doubting her fertility. But anyway, and then Kenya starts in with trying to get Walter to marry her again. And, oh my god, she is just absolutely nuts, okay? So, Nene says, Nene says that men need to like you more than you like them. And that's absolutely true. In order to get a proposal, the person who proposes to you needs to like you a little bit more than you like them. And we don't always like each other equally. That's real life, okay? So, anyway, it's just the way that Kenya keeps acting with Walter and stuff, and in front of people, like creating these embarrassing moments for herself, it's really just cringeworthy. Like, I just don't want to watch it. I want to just like turn it off and like switch to something else. And this is part of the reason why you may have heard that Walter went on the radio and said that the whole thing was fake, and that Kenya asked him to pretend to be her boyfriend for the shooting of the show. And this is why I honestly don't believe that that's true. Like, maybe it's kind of true. Like, maybe she got back together with him and made sure that he was okay with being on camera because she wanted to have a boyfriend for the show. But I don't think it's in the kind of way that is scripted, like, hey, will you pretend to be my boyfriend? I feel like she actually wanted to be in a relationship with him, and I feel like she seriously was looking for marriage, because we all know this girl is crazy, okay? She's not a good actress, okay? We all know that. Otherwise, have you seen her in a fucking movie? Not even a fucking Tyler Perry movie, okay? So, anyway, I'm off on a tangent, but, so, Phaedra's proposal story was hilarious, and Kenya is the one who started asking people, for their, like, how did so and so propose to you and stuff, and then she's the one who got the whole thing going, and then she can't handle it. She's going fucking crazy over hearing about it, okay? Like, she just can't be happy for other people. I think that this girl is like a sociopath or something. Like, she only thinks about her own feelings and her own situation. She doesn't care about anybody else. So even Walter, she doesn't care about if he doesn't want to propose to her. So Walter is trying to talk some sense into her, and she's just not listening, and he gets a little bit more poignant with her, and a little more pointed, but he's not yelling at her, and she's like, why are you yelling? He's not yelling at you, boo-boo. He's trying to make you listen to what he's saying, because you are just, like, on the pipe. Like, you're not even here. You're in a different reality. So anyway, she goes and starts crying under a lamppost in the dark, probably expecting Walter to come out and propose to her or something. I don't know. And then, she's saying how he's supposed to talk to her like a woman that he loves. Okay, girl, we all know he doesn't love you, okay? So why would he talk to you like a woman that he loves when he doesn't love you? And we all know, okay? So don't even, like, I've had enough of this now. And I'm glad that this story arc will hopefully be over after this episode, okay? At least mostly over, okay? So back at the dinner table, Walter goes back, and Nini's telling Walter that he may be misleading her into thinking that there's a marriage, coming up. And it's true. I feel like he is kind of misleading her, but at the same time, she's taking a freaking mile from an inch. She's making a mountain out of a molehill. She's acting like a slight indication that there's a chance that 1 in a million they might get married in the next 3 days means that they're definitely going to get married in the next 3 days. Like, she's taking it way too far. And but I do think there's some truth to what Nini is saying. you know Anyway, so then Phaedra goes over and talks to Kenya, and that's really nice of her. I think Phaedra has shown herself to be a very compassionate person, and even though Kenya was slutting it all up on her man the other day, she's come over and been the bigger person, and she's trying to help her out through what's a very difficult time for her. And Kenya is in her early 40s, and she doesn't have a baby, and she really wants to be married and have a baby, and that's hard for her. And I think Phaedra understands, because she was in her late 30s when she married Apollo, so I think she kind of understands where Kenya's coming from, and the kind of sadness that she feels. And but when Apollo started coming over, I was like, no, no, stay away. Because we've seen how Kenya acts with Walter, okay? If Apollo comes over to her and starts trying to console her and acting like her friend, she's gonna think that Apollo wants to marry her, okay? She is gonna go fucking fatal attraction, alright? She is. I'm not looking forward to seeing what happens between her and Apollo, because I don't think that's over yet. Anyway, so that was pretty much the end of the episode. And I hope I was coherent. I mean, I went off a lot of tangents, but I'm trying to get this a little bit more structured so that it's easier to actually understand. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And FYI, I'm not wearing lipstick. It's just the way my lips look on the webcam. No lipstick, okay? So a lot of people ask me that, seriously, and I'm not wearing any lipstick. But anyway, yeah, so I have a 4-day weekend coming up. Hopefully you guys have a long weekend too. Maybe you guys are off Monday. I know you're all off Tuesday. Have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing your comments, and hopefully some of you guys make videos too. I love watching other people's recaps of the show. So yeah, see you later.